This week for new makeup releases is kind of a snooze fest. Not too many exciting things, but we're gonna talk about some stuff anyway. You're probably gonna hear the cricket chirping sound effect quite often. But I wanna hear your thoughts on the things that have been sneak peek, launched, announced this week. Down in the comments, please let me know. I'm gonna let you know my thoughts, and if we disagree, it's totally okay. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Rachel, and if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back. Let's get to the new makeup releases for this week. I'm gonna link all the information I can down below in the description box. So by the way, I'm not wearing eyeshadow today. Can you believe it? I can't even remember the last time I wore makeup without wearing eyeshadow, but I'm going to the pool today, which I normally wouldn't even wear any makeup at all, but of course I'm filming. But this lip is everything. So this is the Air Light. They're calling it a satin lipstick from Joa Beauty, but it is not satin at all. It's completely matte, like very matte. I have mine in the shade Fireworks. Everything else that's on my face I will list down in the description box, or it will be in a pinned comment depending on how much room I have. But speaking of lip products, editing Rachel here, I cannot believe I forgot to mention the most important news of the week. Unearthly Cosmetics is releasing 2 summer mystery boxes. They are available for pre-order now, and if you've been here before, you know I love the Unearthly mystery boxes. I've bought all the ones they've released so far. They are doing 2 different size boxes now, which I think is cool. A larger box for $105 that includes 5 items, and a smaller box, which is $74, which includes 4 items. And apparently, according to Amanda, the owner of Unearthly, it's going to be exclusive items to the box, just like they always have been. But the larger box and the smaller box are different. They don't share the same items. So that's really cool. And their mystery boxes are the best mystery boxes. It's not just a bunch of crap thrown into a box, things they're trying to get rid of, discontinued products, products on clearance or anything. They're exclusive to the box. It's like opening a PR box. It's always presented so beautifully. So you can pre-order now, and you can use an affiliate code. I have an affiliate code with Unearthly. It is just Rachel, and it will save you 10% off. It says maximum 2 boxes per order, or order will be canceled. You may combine with other Unearthly items, which in the past I don't think you were able to do. So I will link this down below. We have quite a few lip product launches this week. First one is from e.l.f., the Squeeze Me Lip Balm. There are 5 different varieties. I am not a fan of e.l.f.'s lip balms in the past. Like their bite-sized lip balms, did not like at all. And their other ones, Ride or Die lip balms, didn't like those at all. This one looks, I mean, just from the picture, it looks kind of promising though. It definitely looks like a different form. Like the ones that were the Ride or Die in the squeezy, like almost like aluminum packaging. I thought they were so hard to get out of the packaging. The actual lip balm was so hard. These ones look a little bit more emollient, and I think that the flavors or scents or whatever you want to call it are very interesting. Grape, strawberry, peach, vanilla frosting, and honeydew. Sounds delicious. I'm probably not going to pick any of these up. They look very, very sheer, so I don't feel like you probably need more than one. That's your call though. It says nourishing for super soft lips, mess-free applicator, 5 yummy scents, and perfectly pocket-sized. So I'm assuming they're going to be itty-bitty. $4 each. They are available now. I will link them down below. It says, according to this, but this is kind of an older post, it says it's sold out on the e.l.f. website. So I will try to hunt it down and link it if I can. I love a good lip balm, but I've got so many other ones I'm working on right now. In other news that I think is a little more exciting is ColourPop is launching their permanent line of Luxe lip oils. Now, this was probably one of the first lip oil formulas I tried however many years ago that they launched this, maybe 2-3 years ago, and I think it's a really good formula. It is that perfect, like very oily consistency. It's not sticky, but it's not so oily that it just evaporates from your lips. I think it's a really good formula. My only complaint is I wish that they were scented. Like I like when a lip oil is slightly scented. It just makes the experience a little more exciting for me personally, but I think the formula is very, very good. They are launching 11 shades, including 4 new shades. They're $10 each, and they are available on ColourPop's website. I would assume that these are coming to Target. I mean, what they've been doing is coming out with their permanent line, which I think is awesome. And that makes me think it's because they're going to be in store. I could be wrong. And from my experience in the past, I have owned a couple of different shades. They're very sheer, so I don't know how pigmented these are, especially the new ones, but they're pretty darn sheer in the sense that I don't really feel like I need more than one, and I do have one right now, but I would highly recommend this formula, especially if you are sensitive to scents and you don't want something scented and you like that in between, like not overly thick, but definitely not super thin either. It's just a really solid formula in my opinion. And then another thing that they are releasing this week, ColourPop, is they have released the Power of Pride Super Shock Shadow Set to share its love for and celebrate the LGBTQ community. And they are going to be donating to the Trevor Project. The shadow set includes 9 Super Shock shadows and is available for $45 at ColourPop.com. I think this is a really good way for them to have a Pride release, and I like the Super Shocks. I don't ever really reach for the ones I have. I used to have a ton. I cleaned out a whole bunch, and I decided that I only wanted to keep a handful, so I really only have a few, and I rarely reach. Actually, I should have put one on my eyelids today. And I'm glad that they're donating to the Trevor Project. And it also says that the purchase of the Super Shock Shadow Bundle does not impact the overall donation ColourPop is going to make. So even if this doesn't sell super well, they are going to donate. I don't know how much they're going to donate. On this post, it doesn't say, but I will link it down below. Another lip oil release, which, like I said, I like lip oils. This is from Hard Candy. Revitalize your lips with our new Glosstopia Lip Repair Oil available at Walmart. I've tried quite a few things from Hard Candy. I think they're a pretty darn good brand from Walmart. Very affordable. Not everything is great, as with most brands. I think that their eyeshadows are pretty good. I did also have one of their primers. I enjoyed it. So I would be interested if I was in store, I would probably pick one of these up. I like the packaging. It kind of reminds me somewhat of the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush packaging, except I think the top is an actual ball. I can't tell, but that's what it's giving me. It comes in 6 different shades, and again, I probably would only need to pick one up. It's packed with goodies, vitamin E, jojoba seed oil, and squalane. So I will link this down below if it is available online at Walmart, but I'm gonna definitely keep my eye out for it in store. Let's get to some eyeshadow palette releases, which are my favorite. And last week there was a crap ton of them. I really only have a handful to talk about. So the first one is right after I filmed and or posted my video last week, Juvia's Place released a new palette. So this is the Culture 2 palette. And just upon like first glance, it does look a lot like the Culture 1. I mean, I'm sure if I look deeper at it and compare them side by side, I could see differences, but it is a very colorful, large palette. I'm not a huge fan of large palettes. This was one, though, I was very, very close to purchasing because especially that it was at Ulta. It was a close one for me, but I have so many eyeshadow palettes coming to me that I just decided to pump the brakes a little bit. I don't need to buy everything, even though I want to buy everything. I don't need to buy everything. But I did watch Heather Austin's video on this, and well, I won't spoil it for you if you don't want to know, but I will link her video down below. I did also see Karen Harris put a video up recently, so I will link hers as well. But we've got a mix of mattes. They've got a couple of duochromes in there as well. I do really like Juvia's Place eyeshadows. I haven't purchased a palette from them in a very long time. Very, very long time. It is available now at Ulta and at Juvia's Place, and it is $36, which I think is good for that size of a palette. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you like big palettes? Do you like Juvia's Place eyeshadows? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. A palette that I did get in PR and I have yet to play with it is from Ladybug Glow. This is the Everyday Sparkle palette, and this is a beautiful neutral palette. It's an 8-pan palette, 4 mattes, 2 multi-chromes, 2 duochromes. These look so, so pretty. And in this picture, it's the same palette, but it's just shifted in a way where you can see the duochrome shifts. So I thought that was a cool way to show the picture. I love a neutral palette, and I do enjoy Ladybug Glow's formula. I've played with a couple of their palettes. I do have an affiliate code with the brand. It's Rachel if you want to save 10% off. This does retail for $32.50. If you use a code, it goes to under $30. So the owner DM'd me, we were talking, and she said that, I think she said that it's going to be released this weekend, and she's going to restock Pond Lily, which sold out, which I did do a look with Pond Lily. I did a YouTube short. I just uploaded it very recently, and I really enjoyed what I did with that palette. I've only used it once, so I can't give you my final thoughts, but I am very excited to be playing with this palette. I love a neutral palette. What can I say? And it has like shifty shades in it. Yes. Have you tried the brand before? Let me know. Another palette that recently launched is a collaboration between Sigma and Angela Bright. They launched an eyeshadow palette and it did launch on June 6th. It is available now. I watched Heather's video actually on this, and I'm gonna pop off Karen Harris's close-ups of the palette because I feel like you can really see the true colors versus like the ones that are, I don't know if they want to say edited, but they're in certain light, you know, that the promo pictures. This looks like a beautiful like neutral palette with a couple of pops of color. I've yet to try Sigma's formula. I'm so behind. I have one of their palettes. I've not used it. I have so many like new palettes coming in all the time, but I have the Quarter Rosa palette. I have to use it. I have to use it before the end of July. That's what I'm telling myself. I have a month and a half. But this looks really beautiful. I would definitely consider picking this up in the future, but let me know if you are a big fan of Angela and if you picked this up, let me know. Congratulations to both Angela and Sigma. This looks gorgeous. It is sold in a bundle if you want to also get, she did do like a favorite set with 5 eye brushes. So if you want to buy the brush set and the palette, it's $105. If you want to just buy the palette, it's $50. We have another Disney collab. Really shocking, right? So this is Alice in Wonderland, which we just recently saw collab with ColourPop, and Wet n Wild. So this has been spotted in store already. I went to Walmart yesterday. I personally didn't see it. Oh, Target, it says. Now, I live kind of in the sticks, so my Target does not get anything new, so I don't presume I'm gonna see this at my Target, but if you've seen it, let me know. There's a lot of things in the collection, as is usual with Wet n Wild. They do ginormous collections. We've got an eyeshadow palette. We've got 3 lip glosses. We have a lipstick. We have a 4-piece makeup brush set. We have a liquid lip and cheek color. That is something I may be interested in picking up because I feel like this is a new formula for them, like a liquid blush. We have an eye and face palette, which I already just said, a highlighter palette, a bronzer palette, a blush palette, a liquid eyeliner, body and face gems, face wipes, a nail file set, a hand mirror, a makeup bag, a nail polish set, and a sponge set. That's a lot of stuff. I guess it is available online, so I will link it down below. But honestly, it looks very cheap to me. It's not something that I'm like dying to go out and buy. I think ColourPop did it way better, in my opinion. In terms of the packaging, of course, I don't know the formulas. I don't know, what are your thoughts? Looking at the eyeshadow palette, it looks fine. I mean, it's nothing that I'm like really dying to buy. Like I said, kind of the only thing I might decide to pick up in store is that like peachy colored liquid blush if I was in store, but everything else, I'm not really interested in. If you are though, I will link it down below if you want to check it out. I am still holding out hope for Kimchi Chic Beauty. I'm still wanting to try the brand, and they did release 3 new eyeshadow palettes. Honestly, they look boring as hell. And I like a neutral eyeshadow palette, like I've already said, but that 16 pan palette could have been a 9 pan palette at the very largest. Like, we don't need this many shades. Anyway, let me tell you some more information. So we have the Kimchi Chic Beauty donut palettes, $20 each, 3 color stories, rainbow sprinkles, strawberries and cream, and maple bacon glaze. Doesn't sound too appetizing to put on my eyes. They are available now. I do like that it's cardboard packaging because the last palette that I talked about last week from Kimchi Chic looked like Wet n Wild packaging with like the cheap plastic. It's like, don't even go trying to open that when you've just done your nails. You know what I'm saying? So I like that it is cardboard packaging with a mirror. The rainbow one is pretty. I mean, I don't know. Nothing to like really be that excited about. The strawberries and cream one is fine. Again, I feel like that could have been edited way down. And like I said, the neutral one is, this is not the release for me. I'm still waiting though, and I will link it down below if you're interested in checking it out. Speaking of boring, Tarte just released a new palette. And when I first saw this, I was like, have they released this before? It looks so incredibly familiar. And then I realized it's probably just all their palettes look pretty much the same in my opinion. Now, if you love it, don't take that personally. I'm just making a joke. So this is very neutral with like a pop of a navy blue shimmer down at the bottom. It's called the Big Ego palette. It retails for $49. 18 pan palette with mattes and shimmers. It is available now. I will link it down below. I don't really have anything else to say besides I think this looks really boring and overpriced. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I've not tried Tarte's eyeshadows. Have I? No, I haven't. Never. Am I missing out? Let me know if you think I'm missing out. This was just sneak peeked, spotted in stores, Trend Mood posted. e.l.f. is releasing a liquid poreless putty primer. So I've tried the Luminous Putty Primer. Oh no, I tried the Donut Putty Primer from the Dunkin' Donuts collection, which I think is the equivalent of the Luminous one because it had like pearlized pigments in it, and I didn't like it at all. I don't feel like it did really anything besides screw up the application of my foundation, but I know so many people love the putty primers from e.l.f. So this is coming now in a liquid form. Everyone's favorite poreless putty primer, now in a silky weightless liquid. The hydrating formula delivers lasting makeup grip, a smooth finish, and skin-loving squalane. Interesting, so they're claiming it's hydrating, gripping, and smoothing. Okay. It says coming soon to their website and retailers. Are you a fan of e.l.f.'s putty primer, and are you interested in this? I think I'm all set. I think I'm good. I have my primers that I like. I have very sensitive skin. I don't really love to mess around too much with new primers, new foundations, so I think I'm good, but I think a lot of people are gonna love this. Speaking of e.l.f., they have now released some new eyeshadow palettes. These look very similar to their old school palettes. You remember the ones that looked just like this, except they weren't in that cheap Wet n Wild packaging that I hate. They were in that kind of black packaging. There are 4 new colorways. I think they're new. Maybe they're revamped from their previous ones, but they're called the Perfect 10 eyeshadow palette. Summer Breeze, Intergalactic, So Bright Now, and Rose Gold Sunset. They are available, I guess it says, at their website, and they retail for $10. I really like their collab eyeshadows. Like the Chipotle palette, I thought was phenomenal. The American Eagle collab, I thought the formula was very good. But all the other eyeshadows from e.l.f. that I've tried, like the bite-sized ones, I really was not a fan of. I thought that they were way overhyped, in my opinion.
That's my opinion!
I prefer Wet n Wild's formula at the drugstore. I think I'm gonna skip out on these. I wanna know if you picked these up or if you're interested in them, let me know. But I think I'm more of a snob now when it comes to eyeshadows, that I just would rather spend my money on indie shadows or even high-end or ColourPop. I know what I'm gonna get. Like I'm pretty sure that the formula is gonna be good. I don't need to waste $10 on this. I'd rather put that $10 towards something else, if that makes sense. Unless there's a huge demand for a bunch of you guys that want me to test it out, but I doubt that's the case. So anyway, I'll link it down below. Speaking of drugstore shadows, we have NYX, who released 4 new eyeshadow palettes. They also have released a bunch of other products, but we have 4 ultimate shadow palettes for $20 each, 4 different colorways. Again, I think this is kind of like a revamp. They used to do these, but the packaging looks a little different. We also have new shades of the Ultimate Glow Shots liquid eyeshadows for $10.50 each, 4 new shades. Zero to Brow Longwear Brow Gel, $13, 7 shades. And this is a gel formula with precise doe foot applicator. I don't like that. I don't get it. Zero to Brow Eyebrow Stencils, $10. Okay, that could be helpful for somebody that needs a little help shaping their brows. I get it. The other brow formula, no. The liquid eyeshadows, I don't use liquid eyeshadows. I really just will never reach for those. The eyeshadow palettes I was eyeing when I first saw them. I was contemplating it. And in the picture that I'm showing you right now, up on the left-hand top corner, there's those 3 palettes. There's a rainbow palette. There's one right under the rainbow palette called Paradise Shock. That was the one I was interested in because it's like half neutral with a couple of pops of color. There's like a neon greenish yellow, which I was curious to see if that was gonna be any good. But again, I have so many eyeshadow palettes that are coming to me, things I'd rather purchase than this, but I am interested to see people's reviews. I have used NYX eyeshadows in the past. I thought they were pretty good. They were nothing like out of this world, but they were pretty good, especially for the drugstore. Let me know if you picked any of these things up, what your thoughts are on these. I like that they're kind of doing something different with color stories if you wanted something colorful at the drugstore. Speaking of colorful, we have a new eyeshadow palette from Clarity Cosmetics. I have talked about them on the new makeup releases in the past. I definitely want to try them at some point. I don't think this palette is for me. It is very colorful, not quite rainbow, but very summery, we have the Aloha palette. It will be launching on June 16th at 12 p.m. CST. It will retail for $56, and you will be able to use your favorite affiliate code. This palette contains 8 matte pressed pigments with different finishes and 8 foiled eyeshadows with different finishes. This looks beautiful. I've heard nothing but good things about Clarity Cosmetics, particularly their shimmer shades. I know Steph's Beauty Stash here on YouTube. I've seen her use their palettes before. This looks beautiful. It does look really beautiful. But I'm trying to put the blinders on, okay? I don't need it. Are you gonna pick it up? Tell me your thoughts on Clarity if you've purchased from them before. What is your little review on their formula? Could you compare it to something else that I could possibly have used in the past? This is a fun summer palette. And then the last thing I want to talk about is just a sneak peek from Sugar Drizzle. It has a picture of a mojito, which sounds delicious right now. And it says mojito because summer. So I feel like they're going to release some kind of green summer palette. It just says something new is coming soon. Stay tuned. We don't have any other information, but just wanted to leave that with you just to let you know. Okay, that was less boring than I thought it was going to be. But, you know, I'm happy that I'm not spending a ton of money this week. I needed a break. It was getting to be a lot. Let me know your thoughts though on anything I talked about today or anything I didn't talk about today, because of course I don't mention every single thing in these videos. If you are new here, I wanted to let you know that. I kind of curate it down. I don't really want this video to be more than 25 minutes if I can help it, just because there's a lot that comes out and a lot of things I just don't have an opinion on. I don't really care, if I'm gonna be honest with you, but if there are any brands that I leave out that you are interested in me putting into these videos, please let me know down in the comments. I really don't talk about luxury makeup, but if you want luxury makeup in here, I can talk about it. Let me know down in the comments. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot when you do that. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing before you leave. I do upload videos weekly, and I would love to see you back on my channel again. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.